y'all, welcome to my channel. Guys, today we're going to be discussing how to survive your very first duty station. Whew, let's just say our first duty station experience was difficult, but once we've learned the ropes, we really try to make the most out of it. So without further ado, let's get into the tips. First tip I have for you is to join a community page on Facebook, whether it's a spouse page or a community page for just the base or for the town that you live in. On this Facebook page, you are going to find so much information. Let's see, you can type in pretty much anything on there. You can ask questions, you can meet other people, you can ask things like what churches are around here, or what's the best school district, or if you decide to live off base, what areas are good for military families, or whatever. You can ask so many different things on there, and I'm pretty sure that someone always has an answer. So tip number two. Tip number two may be a little controversial, but I would recommend for your very first base to live on base. I say this because you're close to everything. Your husband or wife or whoever are close to work. I know a lot of military families only have one vehicle, so that makes it a lot easier if you need to get around somewhere. Larger bases actually have shuttles, and you can just ride the shuttle around base to get to the commissary or the BX or wherever you need to go shopping around the base. Another thing is you're surrounded by a community of people who are in the same boat, kinda, as you. So you're surrounded by military people, you can learn from these people, and it's just kind of nice to build a support system right where you live. Number three, so this tip really hits home for me. Make sure to venture elsewhere. Don't just like stay on the base. Our first year here in DC, we pretty much stayed on base. Coming from a really small town in Georgia to the capital of the United States was just a huge culture shock to us, and it was kind of scary to think, oh, there's like life off this military base. Like you quickly get used to the gate and the security and safety of the military base. But if you venture outside of the limits of the military base that you're on, you are likely to find so much stuff, especially like where we live. There's so much history and just different things happening all the time, different events, different parades, whatever. There's cool restaurants, there's different churches, different schools, different people to meet. So I would highly recommend take advantage of wherever the military has placed you and go outside your limits. So my next tip is to, if this is a hard place, if you didn't get your number one on your dream sheet, better yet, if you didn't get anything on your dream sheet and you have ended up in the worst possible place you can think of, remember it's temporary. Like, you're not going to be left here for 20 years, hopefully. There are those bases that they call black holes, especially like my husband's Air Force, but black holes, the Air Force or Marines or whatever, where people do seem to get forgotten about. But if you can just remember that it's temporary and that you will go elsewhere at some point, it'll make your stay on that base so much easier. Alright, next thing is to go home, visit your family. You know, when we left our family to come to our very first duty station, we were ready to go. Like, we came from this small town. The county I lived in, its nickname was Trap County because everybody seemed to just get trapped. And no one ventured out anywhere. We just all kind of stayed there, raised our kids. It was like a merry-go-round, going around and around, and we couldn't get off. So when we moved this far away from family, we were like, yes, we have some space. We can live our own life and start our own life now. But then like that quickly faded, and we realized how much family really means to us. So honestly now we don't even take vacations. If we take leave for a vacation per se, we just buy plane tickets and we fly home and we spend time with family. We're blessed enough to be able to go home and see family probably around twice a year. So we go in the summer, and then we also go towards the holidays like Thanksgiving, Christmas. So definitely go home, see your family if you have the means. Next one, guys, is have your family come to you. This one is much easier said than done. I'm not sure it's like this for every family, but for us and from what I've heard from friends and other military spouses, people say they'll come, but it's kind of rare. Like, not a lot of family comes up here. It's just much easier for us just to go to them. So don't get your hopes up, but always have a guest room available and ask them to come. Lastly, use FaceTime. Whether you have an iPhone or an Android, or you do like Facebook Messenger, video chat, or whatever, use it, because technology is so good now. Like, if you don't utilize it, like, what's the point? And it's just a great way to stay connected with family and friends back home. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching these tips. I hope that they benefit you guys. I wish that there had been a video like this when we moved to our first duty station. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more videos like this, hit the subscribe button and hit that little bell so you know when I post a new video. See you soon. Bye.